Welcome back to Deep Dive Station 6. I'm your host, Andrew.
And I'm Charissa.
We just really want to thank you directly for tuning back into the channel today. So it is Saturday, May 2nd, 2026.
Right, which means the kids' run is actually, kicking off today over in Stanley Park.
Yeah, exactly. But the whole city is really bracing for tomorrow, the colossal 2026 BMO Vancouver Marathon.
Oh, absolutely. It's just massive.
Right. And our mission today is figuring out how does a major city completely re-engineer its public transit network for a huge sporting event without, grinding to an absolute halt?
Well, to really understand that, you have to look at the sheer scale of the disruption. Like, it's not just a simple loop contained in a stadium.
No, it's a point-to-point course, right?
Exactly. It starts at Queen Elizabeth Park and ends all the way at West Pender Street.
Which is basically, it's a 42.2-kilometer moving postcard for the runners.
Yeah, you've got that 70% shoreline view and a long stretch right along the world's longest uninterrupted waterfront path in Stanley Park.
Which is stunning, obviously. But logistically?
Logistically, it's a total nightmare. They are physically slicing the city in half, cutting through super dense neighborhoods like Dunbar and Kitsilano.
Wow, yeah, so it creates this sort of rolling barricade?
Yeah, and that requires a massive infrastructural pivot just to keep the city functioning.
Okay, but let me push back on that for a second. Because if the streets are totally barricaded by, 6:00 a.m.,
Right.
isn't TransLink just dumping 25,000 runners into a lockdown neighborhood with literally nowhere to go?
They totally would be if they didn't completely alter the city's waking schedule to intercept that surge.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, TransLink implements these aggressive early morning interventions. They start waking the transit system up piece by piece before the sun is even up.
Wait, really? How early are we talking?
Well, the C bus begins a full 2 hours early at 6:02 a.m.
Wow. Waking up the C-bus isn't just, turning the key on a boat.
No, not at all.
You have to shift the schedules of maintenance crews, captains, dock workers, all in the middle of the night just to make sure the network is ready to catch that surge.
Exactly. And the Sky trains launch way ahead of schedule, too. The Millennium Line fires up at 6:56 a.m., and exactly 10 minutes later, the Expo Line comes alive.
So it's staggered perfectly to sort of sweep the runners toward the starting corral.
Right. Plus, they pump extra unscheduled trains onto the Canada Line specifically to absorb those massive initial crowds.
Before they even hit street level. That is intense. We need to figure out how TransLink manages the collateral damage of these closed streets for everyday commuters. But first,
A quick sponsor break.
yeah, a quick shout out to Domino's Pizza for sponsoring today's Deep Dive. Right now, they have their nationwide mix-and-match offer starting at just $8.99 each on pizzas, bread, bites, and other faves.
Just a quick note for you listening, you do have to choose this limited time offer, and there's a 2-item minimum.
Yep, and that's applicable to their medium 2-topping hand-tossed pizzas. Just a heads up, things like bone-in wings, boneless chicken, specialty chicken, handmade pan pizza, feast pizzas, and Parmesan stuffed crust pizzas are extra.
And of course, delivery charge and tax may apply. Plus prices, participation, delivery area, and charges may vary.
Definitely. All right, so back to our transit firewall. We've managed to get the runners to the start line.
Right.
But looking at the sources, there are detours across dozens of major bus routes, like the 2, the 4, the 99, and the R4 Rapid Bus.
Yeah, it's a huge shift.
So with 3,000 volunteers out there coordinating, how is this not just total chaos for the everyday person just trying to, get to work?
Well, TransLink serves 400 million riders annually across 21 municipalities, so they are really used to scale.
For true.
But they manage this specific chaos by basically turning those 3,000 volunteers into human nodes in their transit network.
Oh, so they aren't just standing there holding signs.
No, they manage the rolling barricades in real time, communicating directly with transit hubs to report when a section of the city is clear.
So they are dynamically opening and closing the firewall, essentially.
Precisely. And TransLink feeds that ground-level data directly into their live transit advisories and digital trip planners.
Oh, wow. So the algorithms predict crowd surges based on the marathon's pace?
Exactly. Constantly rerouting the public onto alternate, less efficient pathways without crashing the entire system. The marathon's success relies entirely on this invisible ballet of public transit.
An invisible ballet. I really love that phrase. It's like a living, breathing algorithm keeping the city's pulse beating.
It really is. The rigid grid of a city map is just an illusion. It's actually flexing and adapting all around you.
That is wild. So what does this all mean for you listening? Next time you attend a massive public event, whether it's a marathon, a parade, or a huge concert, ask yourself, what invisible, complex infrastructure is quietly moving the masses behind the scenes to make it all possible?
It definitely changes how you look at a city.
It really does. Well, we want to thank you again for joining us today. Keep tuning us over and over again. Keep chiming and listen to Deep Dive Station 6.